Hello, if you're completely new to DaVinci Resolve, this video is the right one for you. DaVinci Resolve has two versions, a free version and a studio version. I'm going to explain everything in the free version. You can do all basic editing with it, so let's go. If you open DaVinci Resolve, then you can see a database. Here all your projects are stored. If you have just downloaded DaVinci Resolve, this should be empty. So you can create a new project here, and let's name it Beginner to Pro. So the first thing we're going to do are our project settings. This you can find here, and the only thing that's important here are the master settings. My video will be full HD and the clips that I have recorded are 25 FPS. So just click save and then you're ready to go. Now I'm gonna learn you the best way to import your media. This here is the media page. Here you can see all the files on my computer. I've prepared some files on my SSD. So this here is a folder on my SSD. So that is the same. It has some footage with files in it. It has music with a song in it. And it has a voiceover folder with one voiceover in it. So the best way to import is to right click here and to click this here. Then it will import it with the same folder structure as on your computer or drive. The next thing you want to do is go to the edit page, and here you can see your folders. Now we are going to add a timeline. We are going to place that in a new bin or a new folder, and let's name this timeline. And in this bin, right click, timelines, create new timeline. Let's immediately name this final. Now click this icon, display stacked timelines. And now you can see the name of your timeline. To add the footage, select the folder, select everything, and then just drag. Alt or Option and scroll to zoom in on the timeline. The videos have no sound, so click this and then select and hit backspace. Now I'm going to learn you how to trim and move the footage. So this here is just our footage. If you want to trim, just do this here. You also have a magnet tool that you can use if you want to be more precise. And like this, you can move and edit. So let's place them next to each other. Another place where you can trim the clips is in the cut page. It's the same, but just a different workflow. So with Ctrl or Command and scroll, you can move. And here you can see if I move this, then it just stays next to each other. So you don't need to move the clips anymore. So just a different method. But I prefer to do that in the edit page. Now I'm going to explain the audio. We have a voiceover and a song. The song is from Uppbeat, so click the very first link in the video description to check what they offer. Let's create two audio tracks. This here is our first one with voiceover. Now we will add a second one, right click, add track. And what we're going to do is add a stereo for the song. This means that the audio in both ears, when using headphones or stereo boxes, can have different levels. Let's name this music. So make sure that the voiceover is mono. I think it's standard on mono, so on both ears this will be equal. If we drag this on the timeline, and we play it, let's cycle today. That says let's cycle today, and you can see here in the levels that in the left ear and the right ear, the levels are equal. Let's cycle today. Equal. Now, if we add the song, let's cycle today, you can see that the levels are different on the left ear and the right ear, or on the left box and the right box. If you want to change the volume, just click and do that here. Or you can also use this here. If you have bigger projects, you can go here to Fairlight. And here you can edit audio. Cool about this is that you can level the voiceover, the music, and more tracks if you have so. So for example, if you have multiple voiceovers and you don't want to change them all separately, just change the volume here. Okay, a professional editor edits on the beat. So what we're going to do is just drag these clips to the right and let's solo the music track. And what we can do now is place markers on the beat to indicate the best places to cut to another shot. You can see that here. Dun, dun, dun. So here, here, and here, it's like ting, Tung tung. On these places, we are going to add a marker. So select the audio clip, mark, add marker, and then you can choose a color, blue, and here is the marker. And more easily, like you saw, shortcut is just M. So M, you can also do that on the timeline when it's not selected, and then it's there. Here as well. Okay, so we will have 4 cuts, or 4 places where something will happen. So now we can edit some clips on the beat. I'm quickly going to do that. And like this, we have something on the beat. Let's cycle today. Okay, now I will explain how to add text. In toolbox here, search for text and just drag it. And now let's enter something. And here you can design it as well, like this. You can give it a little fade in as well by just dragging this here, or fade out by dragging this. So let's do that on the beat. On the beat, it becomes fully visible. Also, I didn't explain this step here yet. This is Fusion. And Fusion is used for more complex graphics and animations, so you don't really need that for just basic editing. But still, I'm going to give an example. Let's add a text plus. This is made to animate. Let's enter Europe now. Let's move this away. Then you can go to Fusion, and in clips, you can see that here this template is a text plus. So for example, let's change the size here, and then just here. And now it's animated. So the Fusion is to do complex animations. You can even go further. For example, this spline size. Here you can see the keyframes. So for example, select these and click S, then the animation will slowly fade in and slowly fade out. But if you're a beginner, it's really not needed. This is a basic text clip. You can also animate it here in the edit page. What you can do is just select the keyframe here with another value, and it's also animated. So here you can see the keyframes, and you can make them smooth as well. So for example, with this selected, click this here, and it will be faded. And let's set a smooth animation as well at the end. So like this. And let's set the fade again. So here, and let's just move this keyframe. The smooth animation will still be there. You can add a fade at the end of the music track as well, like this. Okay, so something a lot of people use DaVinci Resolve for is the color grading here. And for each clip, you can just do some adjustments. For example, let's make this warmer here. And with this button here, you can see the difference. If you don't see it, you just need to drag this a little bit. Or you can maybe decrease the lifts. You can just play around with all those settings. I'm just going to make everything a little bit warmer because I want to have a sunny feeling. Like this. Okay, so that's the color page. Okay, with everything that I've explained, you can do some basic editing. Now I'm gonna learn you how to export. This here is the only tab left, is to export. Here you can find some export settings. First thing we're going to do is select range. So that's the entire timeline here. If you want only a part, you can click here and press I on your keyboard, and here O of out on your keyboard. So it's just I and O, you can select some ranges. So you're going to do the entire timeline. Let's choose location. Let's create a folder named export as well. Let's name it beginner to pro. If you want a .mov as extension, you can select QuickTime. If you want an MP4, just choose MP4. And the codec, with this one, you will have the least troubles. If you enter exports with this codec into a timeline, then you can have some troubles because it's harder to read. So this one for just basic videos. For the rest, I use standard settings. Only these two I check. Then I can click add to render queue and now render all. Now I only need to right click, open file location, and there I can see where it is. Let's watch. Let's cycle today. Okay, only one thing left, and that is saving. Auto-saving is pretty decent in DaVinci Resolve, but if you want to do it manually, File, Save Project. Also, if you click Save Project As, then it will create like a copy, but with another name. You don't need to do that, but it's just as an example. Maybe let's backup save. But you need to be careful because now you're working in another project. So if you want to go to the original project, just click beginner to pro. Yeah, we saved it twice now. So all you need to do is just save. Now what might confuse you is that everything is saved in a local database of DaVinci Resolve. So if you want to share a project or backup on an external drive or something, you can export the project and let's save it in a new folder named backup. And let's name it backup beginner to pro. So now you have created a project file on your computer. And what's so special about it? If you send this to someone else, you can just drag this to the database and it will automatically open. And here you have backup beginner to pro. And now it is stored here. So that's how you export DaVinci Resolve projects. Congratulations, now you can edit basic videos in DaVinci Resolve, hopefully without any problems. I'll see you in the next video, make sure to subscribe. Thank you, bye.